But what do you tell your team when this Sacred Heart team started creeping back in the third quarter and they started getting closer and closer, even took the lead at one point? What do you say to your girls over there on the sideline?
Taking it over to Sydney Watkins. As a sophomore, new career high, 20 points. You had an outstanding game. Got some great games this season, but today was amazing. What does it mean to you?
They had a great showing, especially off of the bench points. They had 35 points last game off of the bench. They only had 10 turnovers. They had a good game. But you know who did it? Jada Johnson. They're going to need Jada Johnson to get going. She was 0 of 13 from the floor. Even though they're young, she's that person that they look to on the court.
And you've been getting so many accolades, really racking up on them. You've been playing great for your team thus far and getting closer to that tournament. Tell me some of the things that you've been working on to be able to make you to be so productive on the floor.
Very aggressive defense from the Mount. Thomas to the bucket, had it denied. A block from Alexis Wooden. It'll stay with LIU here with just 3 seconds left.
You saw that last move from Thomas. What she did was catch the ball and be patient. And as soon as she did that jab step, the defender ran out of her way. So she's clearing and making a path to her to the basket. That's something that she's going to keep continuing to get with aggressive defenders. Coach, taking a deep breath there. That was a close one. And you know, I already know what I'm going to say. Stella Johnson, she was outstanding today. I mean, she scored, but she also had 3 blocks and 5 assists getting her teammates involved. But that's not a shocker to you, is it?
No.
Why are they getting so many good looks here from deep?
A perfect example is what Stork just did, actually. She penetrated the lane. She pump fake. What they're really good at is actually pump faking and getting the defense off balance. And so they drive into the lane, and once they drive into the lane, they're looking for their teammate across court. There's no way you can defend it because the ball moves faster than the defensive player.
And obviously a lot of foul calls called in the beginning of the game, but you guys were able to suck it up, realize that things that you can't control. What was the thing that turned on for your team in the second half?
I want to brag a little bit about LIU. They're doing a terrific job of when the trap is coming, the opposite player is flashing to the basketball. They've been getting a lot of wide open cuts to the lane. Some of them they haven't been able to finish, but that's where Brandy Thomas has been able to get a lot of her points. Cutting, as soon as 2 people come, they're flashing to the basketball. A lot of players stay back and don't meet the basketball, but what they're doing a really good job at is making themselves available for the next pass.
And you said playing your game, one thing you've been challenging them, step up to the defense. They really rattled the Bobcats, were able to force 19 turnovers, 25 points off of those turnovers. What do you say about your defensive effort?
Reigning MAC Defensive Player of the Year, also a do-it-all player in Courtney Worley.
And we always talk about her defense, making things happen for this Jasper team, but it's amazing how she's come on offensively. She's really grown this year. She said she wanted to grow offensively, hitting the mid-range, attacking the basket. She's been doing a little bit of everything for the Jaspers.
What is LIU doing right now to get so many great looks and knock them down?
I think right now they're just showing their confidence. You know, a couple times Sacred Heart run down and they're out of sync defensively. Coach Minetti over there yelling them, unacceptable. You're not running back on after you blow the layup, after you jogging back. She's saying that's unacceptable, and LIU taking advantage of it. You know, a lot of times we don't see LIU get a lot of fast break points. But right now they're pushing the tempo. They're feeling it. They're doing what's working right now.
Well, Ken, as we all know, Syracuse season has been up and down, especially in conference play. But road wins will help, especially considering the NCAA tournament is right around the corner. What she does is she finds her open teammates. She's averaging a little under 10 assists a game. As you can see, she finds Isis Young right there. And what she's so good at doing is before she even crosses half court, she knows where she's going. Look, her eyes are up at all times. She sees the open lane. She finds Isis Young. She knows where she's going with the basketball.
Dom, in that first half, the Orange really shot the ball well from 3, continuing what they did in UNC.
Of course, they're coming off a huge, breaking a record of 20 for the ACC and the program history. Right now, shooting 33%. They've hit 6 threes, and it's been pretty spread out. You got Tiana Mungakaia with 2 threes, and then Cooper, and then Grant also contributing to the three-point battle. As you can see right here with the step back, Tiana Mungakaia is answering for the three-point shooting. And so for Boston College, they're finally hitting outside shots, and they're finally getting shots down in the middle. They got a lot of opportunities against Syracuse, but they're finally executed in that second quarter. So I expect them to keep the hot hand and be able to get it going in the second half.
And again, as we head into the second half, you said you expect them to keep the hot hand, but how did they do that? What have they done so well, and how do they continue that into the second half?
So one thing that they're doing is they're pushing transition. They're getting a little sporadic and out of character when they get across the line, but they have to take the time and find their shooters in Milan Bolton Morris, and they also have to look for Pino. She's been struggling down low, but getting it into her, having her touch the ball is helping their offense going. So they'll be able to do inside and out game. Well, Virginia Tech is really catching them off guard, putting a lot of pressure, a much better defensive effort than they had the last game. As you can see here, Hicks taking it all the way to coast, and then Taylor Emery really knocking down some shots, which is more than I could say for Syracuse.